how does an acoustic guitar's shape and size affect your sound? I've got 3 different Tanglewoods here, made out of the same materials, but they each give you a different take on that steel string sound. Let's have a look. Hi, I'm Mark from Gear for Music, and today we're looking at how different shaped acoustics affect your sound and style. I've got 3 different guitars from the Tanglewood Inscription range, which is exclusive to Gear for Music, to test it out. Those include a Dreadnought, an electroacoustic with a Cutaway, and a folk style guitar. They're each made from the same tonewoods, so it's a great example of how the shape and style affect your sound, and also how you go about playing them. On the back and sides of the guitar, you've got mahogany, which gives you those really warm, developed tones. That pairs with a Tibetan spruce top, which is going to aid projection and give you a really clear and crisp top end. We'll start with the biggest, the formidable Dreadnought shape. This is probably one of the most popular and recognizable acoustic shapes out there, owing to its great versatility. That's because it's got a large body cavity, which leaves loads of room for reverberation and airflow, helping create a sound that's rich in the low end. That's particularly on show here, where those mahogany back and sides help create that rich bass quality. That's matched with a larger soundboard, which helps fill out the high ends. And consequently, it works great at both fingerpicking and strumming styles. And because of its more powerful voice, it's an ideal choice for players that need to perform at settings or venues without amplification. Because of these characteristics, it's also great for singer-songwriters. Typically, this style of guitar will have scooped or less present mids, and that's usually where your vocals will sit. This leads to an overall more balanced performance. All in all, this Tanglewood is a great example of a Dreadnought style guitar. Its high quality and great all-around tone means it's accessible for any level of player. Next up is the electroacoustic with a Cutaway. Now, strictly speaking, this is going to sound pretty similar to the Dreadnought, but there are 2 key differences you need to consider with this shape. Firstly, and most obviously, there's the Cutaway shape. This lets you get higher up the fretboard for a more dynamic style of playing. And secondly, and perhaps more importantly, there's the preamp. This lets you connect to an amplifier to get your tone louder and project even further. And more than that, you can use built-in effects on your amplifier or stomp boxes to modify your tone even further. Although you can find a preamp on any shape of guitar, you're more than likely to find one on a model that has a Cutaway shape. This means it's great for gigging players that want to reproduce that natural acoustic sound, only at greater volumes. And it also gives you the ability to customize your sound further through things like built-in amp effects or stomp boxes. This guitar features Tanglewood's excellent built-in preamp. Not only can you control your volume with this, but you can also shape your sound while you're playing, and that's thanks to the built-in EQ options. That consists of presence, bass, middle, and treble. But perhaps more crucially, there's a built-in chromatic tuner, so you can make sure that you're always in tune whenever you play. Last of all, the folk style guitar. This guitar is noticeably thinner and smaller than the other 2 we've looked at, and consequently you're going to get a much thinner and brighter sound out of it. This means it's great for folksy finger-picking styles, as those highs are really accentuated by the smaller sound chamber of this guitar. Some people will find the smaller size and shape of the folk instrument a bit easier and more comfortable to play. This is because it lets your arm rest in a more natural position while you're playing. And as a side benefit to that, you're going to get more dexterity and strength into your picking hand, helping you develop those finger-picking techniques. When it comes to strumming, you're going to notice a lot less low end when compared with the other 2 guitars. This thinner and brighter sound really helps folk instruments stand above a mix, and it's why they work so well with fingerpicking techniques. Using the Inscription range from Tanglewood, we've seen how different shapes and sizes can really lead to different styles and sounds in your acoustic guitar. We've had the Dreadnought style for that big, bassy, all-around sound, the electroacoustic with the Cutaway for tones which can be modified even further, and that folk style for a thinner and more crisp sound, which is great for those finger-picking styles. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave us a like and subscribe to the channel, and leave us a comment telling us which body style you would prefer. Thanks for watching.